What's up, YouTube? Ryotin here with another deck profile. This time on my can't get the card. Duel Jaeger Ocean deck. Well, actually, I call it Duel Jaeger Crush Beatdown deck. I've been playing this for about maybe 2 weeks now. Haven't actually used it in my locals, but whenever I do play it, it has been working really well. And I think right now I kind of have a really good build for it that fits my play style. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So of course, my buddy, Chief of the Seven Seas, Duel Jaeger Ocean. His effect, put up to 1 card from your drop zone to this card, so and pay 2 gauge. I put the top 3 cards of your deck into the drop zone. If you do, for this turn, the card gets double attack. Then if all cards from your drop zone with Dragon Chief Emperors for this turn, it gets penetrate. Of course, you can use the ability once per turn, or you can just keep going and going and going, and it's, yeah, a soul guard. So of course there's 4 of the buddy, just so I can see it. Even though I find myself not really playing it that much, so I might actually change my buddy in this deck. Then I'm running 4 Searing Surging Chief Duel Jaeger Dynamite. This is my finisher of the deck. A lot of times when I'm playing this combo out, it works really, really well, especially kind of with this one. You're literally getting 6 attacks if you have more, 7, 8 attacks in 1 turn. So his skill is, he's a 12, 2/4, size 3. You may call this card, you have 15 or more Dragon Chief Emperors in your drop zone. Put this card on top of a Duel Jaeger, this card name, and might pay 3 gauge. So it doesn't have to have, you can have soul, it can don't have soul, it doesn't really matter. As long as it has Duel Jaeger, you can play it. So counter. Call this card from your hand by paying its call cost. And it has quadruple attack, soul guard, lifelink 3. And yes, if you have the gauge for it, you can play multiple of this in 1 turn. So if you have enough gauge, you have them in your hand, you can literally play and go, because this is a counter ability, and it's not once per turn. Now the card that may change to my buddy is Great Ocean High King Duel Jaeger. We know that's not your name. We know that's not who you really are. But he's an 8/3/5, size 3. Pay 2 gauge and put 1 card from your drop zone to this card's soul. When this card enters the field, you may discard a card from your hand. You put a Dragon Chief Emperor from your drop zone to your hand. It's supposed to have soul guard. So right now I'm running at 3, but I'm about to bump him up to 4 and make him my buddy. Next up, I do just run 1 Colossal Ocean Deep Jaeger, and that's just he's an 8/3/6 and that penetrate ability. You pay 2 gauge, put 1 Dragon Chief Emperor from your drop zone card soul. So this is a card that might come out to make that a 4. I was playing it just because of the defense and the penetrate. Next up, I'm running 2 Chief of the Wild Wind Messenger Jin. Now this is a 3/3/3, size 2, but I mainly just use him for his ability. And when he enters the field, put the size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor drops onto your hand. So if you milled something that you want, you play him, get into your hand. That's why he's there. Next up, I'm running 2 Apprentice Underling Kong Kong Kong. He's a 3/1/1. And he has the ability when he enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and put 1 size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor monster from one of them to your hand, rest into your drop zone. So again, he's just a really good searcher. I play him at 2 just because of the lifelink, and sometimes the lifelink can be deadly to you. Then, some more milling cards. Apprentice Underling Devilman. So when the card enters the field, put the top card of your deck into your drop zone, and put the top card of your deck into your gauge. So he's just a gauger, puts cards in. He's a 2/1/1, but not really to worry about his stats, more of the dropping ability. Next, my little spicy tech, and this card has been doing wonders, is Pawn the Promotion. I run this at 4. He's a 3/1/1. With the ability, when this card enters the field, look at the top 3 cards. Look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck. Put a 1 chest monster or impact from among them to your hand for the rest of your drop zone. This card can also attack during your final phase. So the reason why I play him is just, again, the milling effect. So it just gets you to your 15 in the drop zone extremely quick. Because you can just play it, and then chance you run into another one, you play it again, and you do 3. So it's really, really good getting your combo going and just going for that first turn kill. So that's all the monsters I run. So onto the spells. We're running 4 Dragonic Determination. So you only cast this card as a Duel Jaeger and it's currently on your field. Put top 2 cards in your deck and you gain 2 life. Run that at 4. It's really had a card in there just for gauge and for that 1 turn kill. And next up, to get rid of my destruction spells, just to get rid of peskies, Abigail's, I run Dronic Dulage. Put top 3 cards in your deck in your drop zone, destroy a side 2 or less monster on your opponent's field. Very simple. You get you to that 15. Now my defense spell, Gold Dragon Iron Wall. You don't cast a turn, attacking your opponent's turn. Your Dragon Chief Emperor on the field, nullify the attack. So it's counter, so it also counts your items. You can just block things out, which is really good, especially when you just want to survive a little bit longer. And then, of course, I'm running 4 counters, Strength of 1,000 Dragons. Because the thing with Duel Jaegers, they have very, very low defense. So this just allows them to stay in the game. They're so guarded to counterattack out. Next up, I'm running 3 Ocean Emperor style Whirlpool Seal. You pay 1 gauge, 1 life, and you rest a monster in your opponent's field. So this is really good against bots. It's really good against not Osmodai, but Osmodai sometimes, but just really good against decks that can do double attacks. This will just stop their plays. You don't have to restand them. It just allows you to stay in the game a little bit longer. Next up, I'm running 3 Dragon Emperor Legends. This is just in here temporarily because I get my Divine Creations. But put a top card in your deck in your gauge, gain a life, and draw a card. So very simple, once per turn. It's at 3 and not 4. I'm almost tempted to drop down to 2 because again, it just comes really cloggy. Next up, the card that I will probably bump to 3 when I dump that out is my Amish Dragon. So cast cost is put the top 3 cards of your deck into your drop zone, and then put the top card of your deck into your gauge. And if all cards put in your drop zone with the card cast was Dragon Chief Emperors, which turn pick the Dragon Chief Emperor gets a crit. So it's again just what double attack here is a 3 instead of go for good swings. Of course, won't be complete without Ocean Chief Spirit. Counter, standing monster with Duel Jaeger and his card name on the field. Again, really good combo with everything, especially when you're pairing with this and Revolted. That's 2. Then you stand again, that's 3, and then 4 more attacks. Last but not least, I'm running 4 Stout Wrist Headgears. Its effect pay is a 3. It's a 2/1, but its effect is you pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. Then this card can attack any monster in the center. Put the top 2 cards you deck into the drop zone. If you do for this turn, this card gets plus 3k. Then if all were Dragon Chief Emperor, it gets a critical. So again, it comes with 2k5, so just either take out monsters or just push that little bit extra damage. On to the side. Side deck, I run this just to have it. Nice Revolted, 22/3/3. Pay 3 gauge, put the card on top of a monster with Duel Jaeger and his card name, and put 8 Dragon Chief Emperors from your drop zone to the card soul. And in the center, you can't be dealt damage, which is really good because my logos, we have people who still play Shadow Dive, and especially with Shadow Dive coming back, it's just really good attack in for people who just don't want to get past walls and hit you. But that lifelink lose is always risky. That's why I run 2 Dragon Blessings, where I can pay a gauge, notify lifelink, turn to my hand, I probably can survive. I have 1 more Dragon Emperor Legend that, again, temporary card but coming out. 2 Chief of Steel Iron Tetsus. This card is a 4/3/3 size 2, but you might use it for his counter. During attack on your opponent's turn, you have a size 3 Dragon Chief Emperor. You may discard this card in your hand, pay a gauge. You do nullify the attack and gain a life. So another defense card. One card I really like, and this is for decks that just depend on their gauge so much, is Incineration Chief. So he's a 10/3/8 size 3. So his effect is pay 2 gauge. When this card enters the field, destroy a size 2 or less monster in your opponent's field, and put from your opponent's gauge into his or drop zone. If you have 20 or more Dragon Chief Emperors in your drop zone, destroy all cards in your opponent's field and put all cards in your opponent's gauge into his or drop zone. So it just really stops Magic World. Like this deck, this card really stops the deck. Star, it just stops them out. So that's why I said I cite it, because it's very situational. And it's one card I just really don't want to see in my hand unless I'm playing against that deck, because I'd rather see, Duel Jaegers. So, that is my Duel Jaeger beatdown deck. If you guys have any suggestions to do different with the deck, or if anybody has any Hill Chief rings, please let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.